What's up, everybody? Got a new bag to review here. We've got the Osprey Ozone Slim Backpack here. It's part of their new line series called the Ozone series. This bag retails for $100. It is comes in a color of black. Yeah, let's get into the features of this bag. All right, let's talk about the features of this bag. This bag is made of 100% recycled, high tenacity rip stop nylon. You know, I don't know what all those fancy names mean, but that's what it's called. It's got two two one small exterior pocket on the front, and then another zippered main compartment. So you've got two zippered areas. The first one is on the front. You've got your zippered pocket here on the front, and it's not very deep. My hand, as you can see, doesn't fit all the way in there, so it goes only about that far in. And width-wise, it's about the width, a little bit less than the width of the entire bag. So you can see right there. The zipper here is waterproof. It's a waterproof YKK zipper. All these zippers are YKK. And on the back panel, you've got their patented AirScape breathable back panel. And this is a feature that they have with Osprey backpacks that helps airflow to prevent like heat, buildup of heat and sweat. So that's what that's for. There is a luggage pass-through here. So if you want to put this over your retractable handle on a roller bag, you can put it right here. And then the backpack straps are made of similar material to the AirScape back panel. It has like a mesh padding here, relatively thin though, and there is no hip strap. On both sides of the backpack, there are two stretchy mesh water bottle pockets, and we will show you what it looks like later in a second if we put a water bottle pocket there. And then there is one grab handle on the top of the bag, and it is just a pretty simple, basic, lightly padded corduroy handle. And then, yeah, that about wraps it up for the outside of the bag. Now let's get into the inside of the bag. Right, the dimensions of this bag are 17.7 inches in height, 11.4 inches in width, and 7.1 inches in depth. All right, now let's get into the main compartment. There's two YKK zippers here, and I did want to mention that all of the zippers do have zipper pulls. They're not like, you know, fancy or anything fancy, but they do the trick. That's helpful. Osprey bags always have the zipper pulls, which is nice. So you access the inside by zipping those open, and as you can see, there is some minimal organizational features here. You've got little straps here for a pen, or if you wanted to put like a cord, a power cord right through there. There's two small mesh pockets here. Let me get that label out of the way. Two small mesh pockets for smaller items. Then you've got one small zippered pocket here, which is roughly the same size as the pocket on the front of the bag. It's not very big, but you can stick some other additional items in there. In fact, actually, this one is a little bit... This one in here is actually slightly bigger than the one in the front, so you could put your wallet or anything like that in there. Then you have a padded laptop sleeve where you can place your laptop, and we'll show you that later. And fits up to a 16-inch laptop. And then there is a leash for keys with a plastic clip. And the rest of the bag on the inside is just for any other items that you want to throw in there that doesn't go into all the organizational features. Like if you want to put an extra t-shirt or maybe a smaller or thinner hoodie, you could put in here. And then as you can see, this is the side view of the bag. It's, you know, they call it slim for a reason, and that's because it's very narrow. Doesn't have a lot of depth to it. So that about wraps it for the interior of the bag. Now let me go ahead and take you or talk about my overall thoughts of this bag. And all right, let me go ahead and show you what it looks like if I put some items into this bag. And I'm gonna start off here. I have a I believe this is either a 14 or 15 inch laptop, but I think it's 15. So let me slide that into the and it fits pretty snugly in there, pretty easily. I have my EDC kit, put that in there. I have a Nintendo Switch, I'm gonna stick that in there as well. And I do have a hoodie, and I'm just gonna wrap this up, see if I can get that to fit in here. Not sure if I can. Put that in there like that, like so. Zip this up. There you go. It's pretty tightly packed. That's about as much as I could get in there. I don't know that I could fit much more than that. And you can see it's pretty tight. It's bulging out pretty good. I could put my phone in one of these bottle holders. Let me also show the bottle. We have a bottle holder. What size is this one? This is a 1 liter. I'll stick it in here. As you can see, it does fit this bottle pretty easy. They're relatively, or they are fairly deep, so I think taller water bottles should stay in here. And even if they were a little bit higher, the mesh is really tight and it'll hold it without it flopping around. And the mesh, I like the mesh that they use. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Now let's show you what it looks like when as a fit test on my back. Okay, here's a fit test. This is what it looks like when it's being worn. I'm 5 foot 5 inches, and I actually have the straps at the largest point, so it's like at the maximum limit to like how big they can get. I have them at their max, and this seems to be when it feels the most comfortable. If I do it any tighter than that, it just doesn't feel very comfortable, especially as it's packed out now. If I try and tighten them up, let me see how it looks. Yeah, it just doesn't feel comfortable any tighter than the way it was before. Okay, all right, let me talk about the things I like about this and the things I don't like about this. First, I'll talk about the things I do like. I do like that the material that they use for the water bottle pockets on Osprey bags, it's a lot more high quality than the ones you'll typically see on most bags. Most of those bags, over time, the mesh, after using them a lot, they seem to just get stretched out and they don't maintain their shape. This type seems to maintain it, and I do like this material, so that's a good thing. I do like the look of the bag. The bag itself looks very sleek and modern. It looks professional, so it doesn't give, you know, that kind of like super casual vibe. This gives more of a professional look. Oh yeah, I did want to mention that I do like the fact that it does have a luggage pass-through. That's a definite positive that I think all bags should have, backpacks. So let's move on now to the cons of the bag. So first off, the bag is super expensive. It retails for $100, and I think for the feature set that you get, it's just not worth the $100. The bag itself, although it's super light, I just feel like it's light because it's made out of like a cheaper material. I don't necessarily think that the material's like some sort of like super high quality but light material. I just think it's just not very high quality. The straps are very like foamy. They don't have much padding. I would have much preferred a padding that is more like a memory type foam. I don't know if they do this just because they kind of sell the idea that the way these straps are designed is to help, you know, airflow, because you can see there are holes in here for airflow. And the front pocket, it's nicely placed, but there's barely any room in it. And if you have the bag full of items already, you can barely even access this front pocket because it's super tight when it's full, and it's super tiny. I felt like they could have used the whole entire bag for this pocket. I don't know why they didn't do that, because nothing inside of it obstructs the interior of the bag. All right, let me go into the inside of this bag. I don't have a problem with their organizational structure. It's fine, but given the fact that the bag is so tight like this, like so narrow and it's slim, and I get that this is called a slim backpack, I think it's so slim that it almost makes it impractical, because at this point you might as well use this a sling bag over this thing, because a sling bag, some bigger sling bags can carry about as much as you can carry in this bag. So I don't know why you'd actually want to buy a bag like this. This version of it, because they also have in the slim line, in this Ozone line, they have the same exact bag, but it's not the slim. It's called the Ozone laptop backpack. It's basically the same thing as this, except it's not narrow like this. It's like bigger. So I don't know. The laptop sleeve, it is padded, and it fits my laptop comfortably, and it's good, but it doesn't, again, this one doesn't have a false bottom. It touches, it's not elevated at all. So when you put this on the ground, your laptop is going to touch the ground, so it's at risk of getting damaged if you just drop the bag, or if you accidentally drop the bag. And then lastly, I was just thinking about this. The bag, there is no structure to it, so it doesn't stand on its own. So when you put this bag down, it's just gonna fall over. There's nothing to it. It'll just constantly fall over, which I don't like. And maybe that's because it's so slim, but again, I don't know why you would necessarily need a bag that's so slim like this. Those are the things I can think of. Leave some comments leave some comments that you want down below to tell me what you think, if you've got a different opinion on it or a different take. But overall, I'm gonna have to give this a below average rating of a 4 out of 10. As always, if you found this video to be helpful, then go ahead and hit that like button down below, and please consider subscribing to our channel. See you in our next review.